And let's talk about things. This is going to be much more of a dialogue than anything else. What's going on with everyone time management wise? Tammy, I'm going to pick on you a little bit because I just haven't picked on you in a while. Talk to me about your time management. How's that going?
Um, I'm not really consistent in time management, making sure that I take time for myself. I need to take more time for myself.
Okay.
So I need to, maybe I don't know how to schedule it because sometimes you get phone calls and you got to take them. I don't let phone calls go to voicemail and then call them later. I try to take things as they come so I get them done on a timely manner. So I sometimes don't make time for myself.
Okay. Well,
So
so stick with me for a second. How many hours are there in the week? Want to have a guess?
no, yes, no, you tell me.
168 hours in the week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, seven times 24 is 168. If you work 5 days a week, that's 120 hours. Now, my question to you is how many hours are you going to sleep?
7, 8,
Okay, so you're supposed to sleep. There's
if,
no wrong answer here, by the way. So you're
if
going to sleep, you're going to sleep
possible.
8 hours. You're going to have a certain amount of time with family, husband, leisure, life. Let's make that at least another 8 hours. And that's how the 8 hour workday came to be. If you actually work 8 hours in the day, 5 days a week, five times eight is 40 hours in the week. We get way too preoccupied with the actual hours versus what's actually going on in the hours. And that's what today's meeting's about. So if you could actually take a critical look at what's going into the time, Mark Lawrence, I'm going to pick on you. Are you a time management type of guy or do you wing it?
I'm a wing it guy. Always have been, always will be.
Okay. Well, I mean, you
I
could
wing it pretty good though.
you wing it pretty good. So maybe there's more of a structure than you actually believe. We could dig into that a little bit more. But Kenny Bellini, let me pick on you, just as he's getting the first cup of coffee there.
No,
Kenny,
I've been up since 4:30 here in LA. I'm up at before 5.
okay, this sounds like a
I,
very good time management conversation.
no,
Please.
it's not time management. So no, there's a 5 a.m. call. Sharon still has a 5 a.m. call. If you know Sharon Sharata, who used to be one of the founders of TELUS. And then
Okay.
sold when we got sold to Element, that's how that started. So there's a 5 minute call, and then I'm at a 5:30 meeting. But I've already I don't time manage. I really need the time block, because I got more stuff going on with me, not just business wise, but personal. And there's a lot of changes right now because my wife doesn't want to work with me anymore because we can't work together.
That
Um,
sounds like a healthy marriage. I like that.
yeah, right. I'm in two different houses right now. So, but
Ah, okay. I was
no,
fucking with
no, no,
you.
no. No, no. That's she's in Santa Monica. I'm at our place out in the mountains here. So we give
Gotcha.
up our place in Santa Monica actually. So we're trying to figure out what to do there. Um, but no, I'm just like, and I'm like, write three things down, and if I could get through those three things. But today I had to get up and eat the frogs, is what I did today. I mean, dealt to do with some seriously difficult clients this morning and got that out of the way. It's the never ending couple escrows that are just a nightmare. And a
So eat,
client,
eat the
but
frog. So we talked about this on Wednesday. If the first thing you do in the morning is eat a frog, the rest of the day is going to be pretty simple, right? That's the idea. That was Brian Tracy, the
Brian
motivational
Tracy,
speaker that
yeah.
came up with eat that frog. So if you wake up, worst thing you got to do is eat a frog, eat the fucking thing.
Yeah, but it's that it's morning ritual, and I haven't been that great at it lately, but usually my morning ritual is I'm up, listen to this 5 a.m. call by 5:30. I'm on a meeting. It's another group of people I know, uh, but just some personal things. I'm dealing with friends on the East Coast or whatever, but I'd spend, they say have your morning. What's your morning ritual? Talk to Peter Hernandez about this. If you know Peter, who's the
Sure.
head of Element for California, but his ritual. He's up at 5. He got into the whole 5 a.m. He was getting everybody into that and
It's
work out. So
if it sounds
meditation.
so. It
I
sounds
met it.
so hard. All this is important. Let me just jump to a
Yeah, go
couple
ahead.
other things, but I appreciate your
Yeah, but
words.
the morning, give a morning ritual, and then from there go,
Fantastic. What I want to talk with you about, this is the least popular of all the little sayings out there, but something popularized by President Eisenhower called the Eisenhower Matrix. What you could do, and by the way, if you sent an email to Daniel at Bogen Homes, we have another great workbook for you. You know, could have changed the colors a little bit, but you know what? Danny works very hard on this stuff, and I am proud of him and grateful to him for doing it. But let's take a look. This is the Eisenhower Matrix. We'll go on to 4 quadrants. The first one is urgent and important. An example about this might be a client contract that they need to sign by day's end, or you're no longer in contract, or the end of an inspection period. You could name a bunch of others. The next one, if you move to the right, is also important, but it's not urgent. That might be this meeting. This is a very important meeting in your life, and meetings like it is very, very important, but it might not be urgent. You could probably talk or learn about it at some other point, and I think that's a very, very good example. Um, then we've got urgent but not important. It might be responding to an email. It could be on a personal level, or it could be something that could just go whenever that the client says to you, well, if you happen to run into, you know, a particular vendor or something, please send me an email. That's a very good example of its urgent but not important. And then the last one, you want to try and cut as much out of it out. It's not urgent. It's not important. It's endless web browsing that goes into this little quadrant over here. It is sending and receiving emails all day long. Again, if you put your email address up or just say, please send to me, Daniel will send it to you right now, and you could be able to use it. This is just one thing that I like it very much because it really stops the mindset. And Mark, who originally said he kind of wings it, I bet you that automatically you're doing certain things in prioritization that just says, I'm going to cut a lot of this stuff out. And it's just a matter of where you really want or need to focus on. So I just want to stress that. Like I said, important content today, not as sexy as the AI stuff. We're going to get on to some more AI stuff next week because I know that we've got a Friday here and not everybody wants to hear it. But I do stand by this as some important stuff. Okay, so moving right along. Questions so far? Okay. Well, we talked about a couple other things that is in the workbook, the 80-20 rule, Pareto's principle. We've got an exercise for you to list your 3 top result generating activities. So you're going to be able to make a schedule for that. Scheduling out the most important stuff. We talked about eating the frog. What else? Livette, I'm going to pick on you and then I'm going to pick on Heather. I saw she might be in a train, so I don't know if I could pick on Heather. But Livette, can I pick on you?
Sure.
So talk to me about your time management.
Okay.
Or
So
back
I
thereof.
typically, from Monday through Friday, I get up between 4:30 and 5.
Okay.
And first order of business is making my bed after I empty my
Good.
bladder.
Good. That's a
I
big one.
can't leave the house without making up my bed. It's an OCD thing. So I do my paperwork, pull comps, write up listing agreements, answer emails, and then 8 o'clock on the dot, I'm on a dialer from between 8 to 11 or 8 to 12, just depending what I got going on that day. Um, I take a lunch break between 12 and 1, and then after 1, I'm usually on listing appointments, or I will jump back on the dialer. But what else? Oh, and I don't take, this is going to trigger a lot of agents. I don't take calls from agents. I'm an email only with agents.
So
And
explain that. It sounds interesting. What do you mean?
so I've been in the business over 10 years now, and I swear it's the same 3 to 5 questions every time you answer the phone when you got a listing. Is it still available? Do you have any offers? The same 3 to 5 questions. So do you have any offers? Would the seller take this? Just the same thing over. And now the new one is your seller paying commission? So I found that when I have eliminated that and just make agents respond, contact me via email. And here's the other thing. If I say that contact me via email, I'm not the average agent. I answer my emails all throughout the day. I really do. I'm checking my emails probably like maybe twice an hour on average. and I answer quickly. But it has freed up a lot of not only just time, just mental, just so you're not just constantly. I don't know what it is. It just annoyed the crap out of me. So now I don't have that anymore. I talk to the people that matter, which are my clients, which is people, my leads and things like that. So my life has gotten so much better, and my time it just feels more quality. So
Okay.
that's pretty much it. Yeah, I
No,
try to get
listen,
to the gym once a week.
you're definitely not winging it. I just think if the one thing that you could pull away from this meeting, all of you, is that we all have the same 168 hours in the week, and that there are certain things that do pay and other things that don't. I'm supremely focused on that these days. Sometimes to a fault, by the way. I fuck up. We all do. I mean, sometimes there's certain mistakes, but I think if you learn it and you try and live that way, after this meeting, I'm off to have lunch in an area where there are buyers and sellers. I want to get in there. At any given day, the probability is I'm going to fail. The aggregate of a quarter or half a year or a year, I succeed several times, and the dollar amount is greater than what most agents are able to generate based on where I'm putting myself. Any of you are capable of doing this. I stand by that. It's just really where you want to focus your top energy. So we talked about the Eisenhower Matrix. Heather put into the text, what if they, in the chat here, what if they text you? I think that was geared to Livette. So Livette, what if they text you? Do you answer by email or do you answer by text?
Nope, email. You have to. I actually will just ignore it because it's on my listing instructions how to contact me. If you want to set up a showing, you call showing time. If you have questions or just need more info, it says email only. And I even put up a Google number on my listings, and agents will go out of the way to find my real number and will still just text me. So I ignore them, and then they simply catch on, and then they'll eventually email me. But I find that the agents that I've had the most difficulties will do that. But the agents that I've had great experiences with will just follow the instructions. They don't have any problem with it.
So to add a little adjunct to that, if you want to give it a, Livette, do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, not as opposed to the whatever the other brand is, Android. Um,
Andrew.
so iPhone has a Notes app in it. And this was Tinka taught me this. It's so easy. I never even thought about it. For every listing that you have, try this sometime. Make a detailed set of notes on that. And if somebody actually inquires with it, you could copy and paste the note and shoot that back out via email, and it's been done for you. Or in my case, I text. Again, I'm not opposed to texting. I get what you're saying about the waste of time. I get what you're saying about I've got people calling me about my listing here that they're agents in Miami and they've got someone that wants to move to Boca Raton. They see what they perceive as the perfect listing. Do you know it's a gated country club community? No, I didn't know that, but I'm like, are there golfers? I'm sure he's played golf before. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. The community, you can ask Aton, he's stayed with me before. The sale is the community. It is a big thing. And the membership here is $300,000 to join. It is a bloody fortune. So it is a very much a part of that. And if an agent is calling me and not understanding it, you're right, Livette, it's a waste of time. But I guess the question that I have for you is, what about the one that's actually going to bring you the buyer? I get that you're cutting out a lot of people, but you're so overwhelmed that you're like, what do you, I'm playing devil's advocate here, Livette. So talk to me.
Well, to be honest with you, I haven't had any, and I've been doing this for about
Yes.
going on 4 years now. Haven't had any issues with getting my listing sold because, like I said, there is really just it's not all agents. It's just some that get slightly offended and will just eventually, well, I'm just not going to call you, whatever, and that's fine because for everyone that doesn't, there's probably 5 or 6 agents that actually follow the instructions and don't have an issue with it, and they bring buyers. I haven't had any issues getting my home sold, and I do circle prospecting, so I'm always looking for buyers for my listings anyway.
Okay. So good stuff. About do you track how many hours a week, a day, an hour, a month, whatever it is um that you get on the phone and call?
So, like I said, Monday through Friday from 8 to 12.
So,
So yeah, it's consistent. If I don't have any appointments in the afternoon, I'll jump on the dialer a little bit later and then start my list over. So I'm reaching these people at, trying to reach them at different times. If I don't have any appointments on the weekends, I'll do the same thing. After I come from the gym, eat some breakfast, take a shower, I'm gonna jump on a dialer.
okay. So guys, that's what you call a strong self-esteem. Because nobody ever rejects you, right? No one ever. I mean, I say it with total sarcasm. That's a strong self-esteem, guys. That's somebody that really does it. I hope that it's achieving the objectives that you want. And truth be told, you don't have to do what Livette does. I'm pleased here she is. But if it's something that really bothers you, we could come up with, as a group, another way for you to manage time and go about that. Anyway, again, what I want you to do is just, if you could take one thing away from this meeting, A, you really should download the app that we have, and B, really take a strategic look at what you're spending your time on. If all of you just added 15 minutes to the outbound marketing process per day on a 5-day work week, you're adding over an hour a week to that effort. That is 4 hours a month. That is a week and a half by the end of a year. It's a lot of time. I mean, it really, truly is a tremendous amount of time for you. And if you stop and think about it, there's something's going to happen. There's some win that's going to take place. Okay, who else on this topic before we get to wants, needs, and brags? I don't need to stick too long with something that's fairly obvious, but I do want you to be able to take some work on your own. Heather, are you able to talk? I thought I saw you on a train. Maybe she could unmute. Maybe it's a secret. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry, I was on mute.
Are you?
I was on the train, but can you hear me?
I can. How are
Okay,
you?
awesome. I'm good. How are you?
Good. So are there any, talk to me about this. What tools or hacks are you using right now? I know you're with Compass, so you've got great technology. That's what everyone always talks about with Compass. Are you using their CRM? Are you using other time management stuff?
Yeah, I'm using the CRM. I'm using the collections. I have to get a little bit better about my time management. I do have Trello, but I don't use it. With my assistant, we did set it up, so I need a better system for that. I do color code my calendar, but I don't know if that really helps. And
We got to identify whether it does or it doesn't. Have you noticed anything? Do you improve using it? Or are you using that? Are you using
it's there.
Mhm.
But I don't know that it's necessarily helping. I mean, I do know sometimes, yes, I need to call from 9 to 11, but don't know that my schedule is really tight. I don't have a dialer, so maybe the dialer is the trick.
It could help.
Yeah.
It could help. But again, I think it's secondary to actually having this time scheduled and to be able to really set out and do it. And to identify who you're going to be going after. I think that's
I think that's the biggest thing is doing it the night before, and prepping who you're gonna call. Maybe doing absentee owners on one day, expired on another day, and obviously always follow up with everyone else on the other day. So just getting the schedule buttoned up.
I'm
like
always
that.
amazed at how people make money in this business. I'm always amazed. I'm amazed at Livette. I just personally don't cold call that way. I have, and when I did, I won, and it worked. But it's just not what I do, and nor was something that I'd like. To me, my focus is different than that. Not better, just different. And I think it's important that everybody identify those types of differences and what actually makes it work for you, and who you really truly.
Yeah, or the noise in the background. I can cut it down. So
Hey, Myra, did you mean to chime in here?
it was good. So
Okay. Yeah, I muted her. I think she's having a conversation with somebody else. Myra, if you want to participate, all you need to do is unmute and you can start talking. But if you have a private conversation, better to stay private. Okay, So anything else? Aton, what am I missing? Anything that you want me to throw into this? You somewhere?
And not sure, no. Maybe the ChatGPT playground where you can actually tie ChatGPT to your calendar. That could be, that's what I'm trying to do right now. And it's challenging. But once I get that going, I think I'm going to be a master at time management.
Okay. Look, there's a variety of tools, and as they come out, we're introducing as we understand them. Heather's already saying, "How's that possible?" I'm going to say that with emotion. Watch, Heather, see if it's you. Aton, how's that possible? No?
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Everything is possible. Technology today is moving at such an incredible pace, and we gotta grab it by the horns and try to understand it and include it in our processes.
Yeah, look, and I'll throw one thing out to you, Aton, and Heather, and everyone else. I am testing out new technologies. If you don't mind, I'd love to test it on each of you. Like, for example, there's something that I could have programmed in all the stuff about an upcoming meeting, and it could text you as an agent saying, "Hey, Mark, Ed asked me to give you a text. Can you make it at 12 noon to the meeting?" And it will know different characteristics about my relationship with Mark. Mark and I could poke fun at each other. Mark and I have known each other a long time. We have license. I don't have license to do that with Lavette or with Heather. I don't have the same relationship with them. But Mark, we could screw with each other. So I'm going to have it actually respond in such a way that would be most similar to the relationships that we have. Difficult to kind of get the set up, but once you do, wow, what a powerful tool, right? I mean, that's what it is. And here's the thing, I want to share it with all of you because you could call me up and say, "God, Ed, that stunk. It was awful. It didn't work." I need to hear that. You need to hear that. There's no other way to fix it. So there are certain tools that are going out there, and if you like it, we'll then show you how to start to put it to use for yourself. Okay, anything else on this before we get to wants, needs, and brags? Lavette, hi. You gotta unmute Lavette.
I just want to say, AI chat, especially GPT, has been a game changer in my business. I can remember this guy that I know, he was doing sales, but for Apple, and I would always write these emails and send it to him to just kind of like proof it for me because I just thought he was the greatest. And he was gatekeeping on me. And one day we had lunch and I was telling him about an email. I was just, I wanted to draft the email to this attorney. And he was like, "Let me show you something." And he showed me Chat GPT. And I'm like, this dude has known this the whole time. Instead of him telling me, he was act like he was doing me such this. But I mean, he did do me a favor. But then somehow I don't know how you just landed in my life, Ed. I don't know if I seen a Facebook post or something,
Probably.
but I've learned so much. Like it has definitely been just AI in my business has just been a game changer. Like I said, I'm an email only, so it allows me to send very professional, objective emails. They're not subjective or Philly all over the place with egos in it. Just even with the reports, the CMA reports that you tell us about, just oh my God, just so
So this is something that we're working on, Lavette. We'll test it with you, telephone and email, where
okay.
someone responds to it or reaches out because they saw it on the MLS. They call you or they text it, and you immediately respond, or the bot immediately responds, "Please email me." And then they actually email you, and the bot can have a conversation based on all the stuff that you've programmed in. You said it's the same questions over and over again. Basically, you're putting a frequently asked question about that property. You take the time to program all of that in, and
Okay.
it will then get these things done. And you can even go as far as booking time to see it. Now, I don't know if everybody's so busy that that's one of the things that you want, but we are working on, we're calling those autonomous agents. Remember those words. You're going to be hearing that a lot. Autonomous agents. That's not a human. That is a bot that's actually been put in place of a person that could actually respond and do all kinds of fun, crazy stuff. So if anybody's interested in learning more about that, we're going to have special breakout meetings. Eitan and I can completely geek out on you guys and really get to the technical side. Like right now, he's showing the OpenA playground. Most of you aren't going to get the playground, at least not just yet. You need to really be passionate about this stuff and really want to get into it. But if you want to geek out with us, Eitan and I would love to geek out with you. We're total geeks. That's the thing. It works. It's worked for us. It's helped us make money. And we want you to have that experience as well. Okay, wants, needs, and brags. Who's got something they want, need, or want to brag about? Eitan, what country are you in now?
I am in Luxembourg, actually.
In Luxembourg. Okay, it looks like
Yeah.
Hawaii, but okay. So what's doing in Luxembourg? Just with the family, right?
Yeah, Rosh Hashanah with the family.
Fabulous. Okay, well, it's good to see you.
But I have a need. I have a need. I have
Tell us.
a hunting farm, 1,000 hectares, which is about 2,400 acres of land in the middle of Portugal with deer and wild boar and a house with 11 rooms for sale. So if anybody knows hunters or people that are passionate about a lot of land, call me.
Interesting. Okay, a hunting, and how much is the land? How much is the deal?
It's it's $10 million.
10 million US approximately.
Yeah. 9.5 million euros.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to, we're going to get guns, we're going to slaughter animals. It'll be great. So let's just get really excited by that. That's great stuff.
Well, we can do it. You could market it as a safari. That's another angle I'm trying.
Is that how we're doing it? Okay. Got an evil laugh and an evil voice with that. Okay, who else? Mark, wants, needs, or brags. Now's a great time for you to tell us what you want, what you need, and what you want to brag about.
Let's see. What do I want? Just more good connections. Actually, I'll follow up with some of you. Conversations are always good and getting to know people. I've been in the title insurance business for the past, 16 years. So, in many states. So if you have questions about transacting in different states that you're not familiar with, reach out. And if you just want to talk about the struggle to get thin, talk to me or Ed. We've been struggling for that for many years.
Yeah.
That's why I started the Fat Boy Fit Club. So
Mark is a fat boy. I'm a fat boy. I'm a much thinner fat boy. But once a fat boy, always a fat boy. And Mark, if you have your link to Fat Boy Fit Club, you could put it up in the chat here. If not, that's fine. We could definitely give a plug for
find
it.
me on Instagram.
Find him on Instagram. He's big with these, like, he's got those sweaty shots all the time. It's really like gross but yet exciting. So we love that about you, Mark. Thank you.
You're revealing too much.
Okay, Kenny, want, need, or brag?
I don't have anything to say this morning.
No worries.
I'm just grateful. It's a holiday. Happy holidays to you guys. I'm not Jewish, but
Okay.
how are you celebrating?
It's all kinds of ways. I think that's, basically every holiday starts out the same way. They tried to kill us. They didn't. Let's eat. That's really pretty much, the summarization of each of these holidays.
Well, it's all about the apple and the honey.
Apple and the honey.
May your year be as sweet as the apple and the honey. That's
That's
the main
very
message.
sweet things. And then Hanukkah, there's donuts, jelly donuts, right? I never. These are very unusual things. I'd take icing on cake if I had an option, but that's kind of.
I just found out today that you should not eat honey with a metal spoon because it'll kill the enzymes in the honey or something. So you should not, use wood. That's why they use wood and stuff like that. Anyway.
Daniel, please fact check that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And anyone else? Tammy, Myra, Zoom user, Eitan, anyone else Heather, want, need, or brag? Okay. Well, the next meeting.
Nagged the listing.
Oh, okay. Vivette, please tell us
I
about
actually nagged the listing. I think I'm gonna give ChatGPT things because my emails just sound so professional. I was dealing with a situation where there was a
It's an heir property. Two of the three siblings are kind of at each other's neck. One of them hired an attorney, and she didn't trust the agent that he was going to use because she felt like I was going to lowball the house for some reason. Hopefully, it would somehow benefit him. I don't know what the situation was, but I just drafted this really, really nice email and I just kind of put the comps in there. And it just really sounded very professional and very, again, objective because I'm not on anybody's side. I'm on the house side to get it sold quickly and for top dollar. So I actually listed that yesterday. Thanks. And I want to say thanks to the emails that I was drafting through ChatGPT.
Fantastic. Look, and Livette, as more tricks come out, we're going to let it go out there. And as you discover stuff, please do tell us because I don't make any of this up. I discover it usually from somebody else, and then we perfect it, and we do everything that we can to learn it and move on. But thank you for that. We love having you. And thank you, Eitan, for putting up the workbook in here. If you haven't downloaded the workbook, you really should. It's going to be something we're trying to introduce a workbook at every meeting. Next week, and this is a real important one, guys. Again, not as sexy a topic as you guys normally like, but still very important. It's basically how to scale a team. Now, it could be the traditional team like the Edmund Bogen team that I have, building a high-performance real estate team where you have multiple agents working on your behalf, or it could also be about outsourcing. It could be about partnership. It could be about, again, the workflow that actually goes into creating the perfect opportunity. That's going to be next Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, we're going to have some other fun things with AI. And we're going to be introducing that as it comes along. There's just a tidal wave of stuff. Eitan and I spent a lot of time going through what really matters. Okay, and Daniel put this up, leveraging technology for real estate success. That's October 16th, which is also Wednesday, 9 a.m. All of these times I'm quoting is Eastern Standard Time, so Kenny knows that. But for my Californians and people in other states, do keep that in mind. Guys, Eitan, I'm going to give you a buzz. Daniel, you're great. Thank you so much. Heather, I'm going to be in New York at some point. I hope that we could get together. As with Mark, I really would love to see you both.
Edmund, when are you in LA? You're coming to see in LA.
I'm coming to LA in 6 days. And
wow.
the time I'll let you know, but I've got a pretty full time with my daughter.
Yeah, I'm sure. Where will you be? West Side, Santa Monica? Brentwood. Okay.
She has a tiny
You
apartment.
you should stop in the Element office there.
In Brentwood? Is that your office?
That's right on San Vicente.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right there. I'm not with Element anymore right now, but I love the company. I mean, yeah, I've
got a meeting at the Beverly Hills office on Friday, so I know
cool.
that. Got to meet somebody. I love that. I've got a meeting in Beverly Hills. Anyway, guys.
All right.
Great to see everyone. Mark and Heather, I hope to see you guys real soon. Tammy and Livette and everyone else, thank you so much for coming. And I look forward to seeing you all real soon. And have a great weekend.
Thanks, Edmund. Thanks, everybody. Good seeing you all. Bye.